It's like snow. Come out of nowhere. I was actually leading the horse. And, yeah. It's, coming down. Got little bits of hail. Not a lot. Just little bits. It's come out of nowhere. I was actually walking Zara and it just come banging down. Got us. Luckily, she didn't react badly for me. It was pretty crazy. It should be over in a minute. Big storm though. Alright, getting bigger. At least it's only little hail. Big storm. I got caught in it with the horses. I was actually leading a horse through it, and big hail, a big storm come over and started hailing on us. Starting to hail again. Only little ones now. Pretty crazy. I'm damn lucky I moved all the animals in. I had a sense it was coming, but came in quick. Real quick. Only little tiny balls of hail. That's a live stream. Live stream. Yeah. And look, it's starting to get a bit, clearer over there. It'll stop in a minute. I was so darn lucky. I had two horses that were fighting each other. I was leading one back into the paddock, and the hails just started coming on us out of nowhere. There was no warning. It just went bang. And lucky I was only with the little buckskin there. She didn't go crazy. The big horse, she was bolting around like a bugger, and I was lucky I timed it when I did. If I had stayed out there any longer, I probably would have got knocked over. It just come out of nowhere. I thought it was going to storm, but I didn't think it was going to storm that quickly. I thought I had about an hour before it came over. So, settling down now. Poor horses. They're pretty upset. At least it's only small hail. It's not very big. See, it's just little hail. See? Little tiny hail. Very cute, actually. But the horses hate it. They've been hit by big hail, like big chunks like that before. It's bad when that happens. They've got a shelter, but they don't go in it. They get scared of the noise when the tin roof gets hit. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully there won't be any big hail. Hopefully that's the end of it, and we just get this bit of rain. It might clear up over there. See a bit of blue sky there. I was actually just down the road the other day talking to somebody about the rain, and they said, oh, we need rain. We've got none in our tank at the moment. And I said, we've been getting heaps of rain. They're like, no, it doesn't fall at our place. I was like, oh my God. So I hope it goes to the people that need it. Hopefully. My gutters are completely not working. Oh, the gutter's completely fallen off. That's no good. I'm going to have to get up there and fix it. Not today, though. Yeah, it's all over with now. I just wanted to show the storm while it was happening. It was pretty cool. No, Australia. Yeah, not Ohio, no. I'm not in the United States, no. I'm in Australia and I'm in a weird weather vane. Did you get hailed on? Poor boy. You alright? You alright? Hey, did it get you? Oh, silly boy, where's Mama? Hope the mama cat's in. Lucky the girls, my daughters were up here. Lucky they left before this came through. Oh well, it's a good thing I didn't water the garden today. It didn't need me to do that. Actually, I put up some shades cloth over the garden so that it wouldn't get too bad, but how much of it's going to be protected? There's a shade cloth over there. Hopefully it hasn't killed my new plants. It is lovely, yeah. It's very pretty here. Often though, it's not green like this. Often it's just red dirt and that's all you'll see. So we're kind of having a couple of really good green years, and then probably the next year or two it'll start to go back to desert again. And then we'll have probably 3 or 4 red years before we get green again. Oh, I love the tin roof though. I love tin roof. Sound of hail on tin roof. Completely crazy. Wow. Bucketing down. Hi Sam, how you going? Yeah, the bush is good out here. It's good. It's good. We've got a bit of bush down the back of our property, right down there. Those big trees down there. Runs across. There's a bit of bush in there. A bit of bush on the other side as well. It's nice having the bush. I love it. When it's not hailing. Hope my rooster's okay. He's got a nice little house. He'll be right. The other chickens, I just put them all away, thank goodness. So the goats will be glad they went home. They hate the rain, but hail, my God, they'll throw a fit if there's a hail storm. Nature's wonderful. When you least expect her to rear her mighty head, she comes out of nowhere. We're so small. We really have no power compared to what nature has. But God, it's beautiful. And you can see over the back there, it's clearing up. Just back to normal skies, normal clouds up here. I sound like Crocodile Dundee? That's probably because I'm Australian. Yeah. And because I'm not in the city anymore. I used to be in the city years ago. You know, you got to get your career in the city, do all your stuff, and then you buy a bush block out in the middle of nowhere and go back to the bush. That's what you got to do. But I'll tell you now, this bit of rain here is going to save the farmers an absolute fortune in having to irrigate their lucerne and stuff, because it's getting a bit dry for a while there. I've been getting flooded, but everyone else has not been getting it. So it's been weird. But sometimes this place here is full, right up. So the height of that gate is underwater when it gets real bad. And then you can't get anywhere. You're stuck here. You got to sort of be careful. Haven't had a massive flood for a couple of years now. The last big one went through the house. I was lucky. It only was about 5 centimetres deep in the top of the house. Down the bottom was pretty deep. It was about knee deep. Did a bit of water damage, but nothing too bad. And as quick as it comes, off it goes. Off she goes. Tank is overflowing there. Actually, I need to move this tank away from here. That was for the vegetable patch that's no longer here. The vegetable patch is up the back now. So I need to move that tank away, empty her out into the pond over the back, and then move it away. Because that's a good little pod. I need to pop pop up some guttering on the... see the shed over here. Look at the gutter dripping everywhere. Imagine how much water I'd be catching right now if I had gutters on there. So I'm going to have to get some gutters up there. I've got the guttering in there in the shed. I just need to get someone to help do it. That can be sometimes a bit of a challenge. Trying to find people to help you out here can be hard because you're a long way from anywhere. If you, to pay a tradesperson to come out and do something, forget it. That's my entire year's gone. Every cent I save in a year would be gone. So I do everything myself pretty much. And sometimes the other person that lives here does some things as well and helps out as well. Just depending on what's happening, who does what. But I like building things. I love building stuff. I built a big giant cat arena over here for the cat. The cats, I didn't want the cats getting out and going crazy and getting run over and stuff. So used to have a swimming pool in here, got rid of that. Too expensive. And it's too hot to swim in it. The sun was just too bad. You couldn't stay out there. So I just gave up. I built this little cat house. Massive. And they come out here in the daytime and hang out. They're inside right now because they freaked out. That's where I left their tea. And they got their little houses and they got 3 stories to sit on. So they got their little house there, they got their little tunnel under there, and then they got the roof they can hang on. And then they got a platform here, and then they got the catwalk going across, and then up the other side. They can play on there. And then they got underneath all that area down there. So they got a good little house here. Better than my house, actually. Here comes a cat right now. Come on, buddy. He says, I don't want to come in here. Come on, Chappy, come and say hi. Little Chappo likes it. Yeah, well, we already had some hail. You missed the hail. We had a bit of hail. Come on, bub. Oh, there's Mama. Chappy, come out. Come on, doll. There's Mama cat. So this is Mum and Dad cat, who are probably freaking out about the storm. Where were you, Mama? I don't know where they were when the storm hit. I only just got everybody put away. And it just, yeah, I was leading the horse into the horse paddock as it started hailing, and I thought, oh, do I continue or do I just give up and let her go so I don't get trampled? But she was good for me. She didn't carry on or be silly. So I was all right. Mama, do you want to go inside? Come on, let's let you in. Come on, Mama. She says, let me out of this rain. Come on. I already put the boys in. I put the babies in. Come on, Bubbas are inside. Come on, Ma. Here you go. Okay, so she's happy now. They're back inside where they belong. Well, just check on my rooster, make sure he's okay. He's an old boy. And I repaired his roof not too long ago. We got up and got this new roof put on for him so that he wouldn't get blown away in the cyclone or anything. The other roof wasn't very good. He's in here somewhere. Let's see what he's doing. He's probably hiding in his little house. Oh, there he is. He says, "What? Look what I got, mate. What have you got, mate? What you got? First pop. Did you get blown away by the storm? Or are you all good?" He's been out hunting all day and now he's just at the right time. What have you found, buddy? Hey, what did you find, my boy? Where's this silly boy? What did you find? You got a feather. This one. There you go, that's better. Good man. Rightio. You got your tea? Did you eat your tea yet? Come on. Says I've already eaten half of it. That'll do me for now. I was lucky I missed the storm. I was lucky the chickens didn't get stuck out in that because they get really horrified when it does it. I mean, they'll hide, but then you've got a god-awful time trying to find them, depending on where they've hidden. There's so many places they can go. it could be hard to find them. And the poor horses have had enough of it. They're like, okay, it's over, thank God. So these two up here, they just stood there and did nothing. They just stood and watched everything that's going on. Is the land expensive where I am? Didn't used to be, but it is now. Everything's expensive now. I bought the cheapest block, the cheapest house at the time. The smallest lot I could get because I didn't want a huge lot. So I bought the smallest lot I could get and the cheapest lot I could get. There was nothing but the house and no internal paddocks or anything. I had to put all them in. Just had the external boundary fences. So it was pretty good. But I don't tell my location actually. Yeah, she's going to walk off and go do something. And it's weird because things were so cheap out here. It was even scary even buying because you thought, well, if things are that cheap, what the hell's wrong with out here? We soon discovered it goes into drought. And when it's in drought, no one's got water. But I got really lucky. The block I'm on has a natural spring. And in the 6 years of drought that we had, where everyone else had to pay for water continuously, my land had water aplenty. I never ran out. That may change now, though, because after the drought happened, they tapped into the underwater reservoir over the back, because I share the same plateau as a couple of neighbours, but the council tapped into the underwater reservoir and started piping it across to the other side so that they could water their stock, which is fair enough. But we don't know what's going to happen next time there's a drought. Next time there's a drought, I don't know if my spring will be affected or if it's a separate spring to the underwater table. So we'll have to see. But I never ran out of water once. Only problem with it is it's not drinkable for humans. It's not fit for human consumption. Fine for animals. It's actually very good. It's got high in calcium. It does them really good. They got really good, their teeth are great. Especially this old boy. He's 31 and he's still got an excellent set of teeth in his head. Starting to wear down, but for his age, they're really good. But that's because of all the calcification in the water. So it's good for the animals. And you can wash in it and stuff. It's hard water though. If you're washing, you've got to be careful that you don't, you've got to clean out your taps and connections and things regularly to dissolve any calcification that happens, because it does get into the pipes and stuff and cause some problems here and there. So it can be a challenge being out here when there's a drought. But it's beautiful even then. Even with no, when there's absolutely no grass and it's all dirt, it's beautiful. And then you get the dust storms and everything turns red. All the houses look red. Everything's red. But it's really pretty. Now that storm's gone past. I knew it was going to do something bonkers. It's going over that direction now. Do I have some goats? Yeah, I got a couple of goats, yeah. I got 2 wethers. Hey Troy, you just missed a hailstorm. There's only miniature hail, but it was pretty wild. And I got stuck in the middle of it while I was moving Zara from the round yard across into the paddock. And her and Ellie were actually having a fight while it happened as well. So I got stuck between the two of them going crazy. And then it started hailing on top of it. Whew, it was a pretty wild adventure today. Here I was going to just put everyone back in their houses and go to sleep and try and have an afternoon nap. Well, forget that. Went into the no more nap stage. Wide awake. I don't think we'll get any more hail though today. I think that was the end of that, hopefully. Oh, you saw it? Yeah, there's only little hail. You should see some of the hail we get out here is really big, and when that happens, the poor horses, they run around like crazy, and it's like go in your shelter, just go in your stables and stuff. But they won't. Henry's good. He'll go and stand under the trees when it's hailing. But today he didn't. He just stood there and let it hit him. Maybe he just liked the sensation. I think sometimes they enjoy it because it cleans their coats out and gives them a breath of fresh air, gives them a bit more, something a bit more in their skin. It's really cold though. It's turned super cold. And my daughters came up earlier, so I had to go earlier, but my daughters came up and they were doing something. I was doing something. They were doing something. Oh, yeah, they came up because I had a whole heap of old retro gaming stuff, so they've taken all that, so I don't have to worry about trying to get rid of that. And that's gonna pay for my dog tomorrow for his surgery. So that's really good. So I'm all set for that. Hopefully the weather's good tomorrow and we don't have any major drama or any big storms or anything. Oh, there's some puddles. So we get puddles really quick. It gets really wet really quick. Because we got clay-based soils, it's pretty hard. Oh, you're eating. Oh, enjoy your food. What are you guys having for dinner? I'm going to try and have some leftover sausages and potatoes and see if they're any good anymore. It's been taking me days on end to eat anything. But yeah, oh, they're relaxed now. The horses are relaxed now. So I'll go out and give them tea again in about 3 hours' time. And poor things, I gave them a late lunch and they got hailed on. Poor things. Miss Ellie is pulling a mischievous face right now. Oh, raiding the refrigerator. It's fun to do if you've got things in it. If, like me, you're at the end of the shopping cycle and you need to go get more, it's not so fun. Look at the face on her. She's thinking about what she's going to try to do because Zara's cranky right now because she got hailed on and she's like, don't start with me, girl. Ellie is giving her all the signals of, I'm going to cause you a problem. So Zara says, yeah, just come and try it. Look at Ellie's face. Ellie's like, Mum, help me. She's got that eye. Look at that eye. That eye right there, that she's doing that little curious looking face, that's mischief. That's her wheels chicken. She's going to start some crap. And now she'll pin her ears back. She'll probably go pouring her. Don't you do it. Don't do it. You be a good girl. Okay? Silly. Look, she's doing it again. You been naughty? So Zara's kind of moving in on her, and now she's turning away. So she knows better than to start being silly. That's good. That's what I want to see because I don't want to have them fighting one another when it's all, look at this, water everywhere. It gets wet real quick here and mud and stuff everywhere. So you don't want them to be, oh, it's starting to rain again. Okay, I'll just move out. You don't want them to be, are you guys coming out to get, you going for a run in the rain? It's going to rain again? Big storm, eh? Poor pup. So I've got to feed him, and I've got to remember not to feed him anything past 7 o'clock tonight. And I've got to remember not to give him any more water after 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'll make sure I put an alarm on, and because he's going in to have some surgery done, I'll make sure I put an alarm on, and so I don't forget. Otherwise I may forget. Oh, would you believe this? My daughter came over here to pick up the retro gaming stuff, the Nintendos and Super Nintendos and everything. I couldn't find anything. I put it away for safekeeping so I wouldn't lose it, and I lost it. So she's here for about an hour. We're rummaging through the whole house trying to find everything. Good boy. Good girl. And we couldn't find it. Finally I found it. I had put it in a very safe place. But she was like, "Oh, Mum, maybe you've already given it away. Maybe someone's already taken it. Do you think that you could have gotten rid of it and not remember?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe." But then we found it, so I could tell she was looking disappointed. Like, "Oh God, Mum's done something with it and lost it all. She's put it somewhere," or maybe I was panicking that I may have thrown it away accidentally, because I threw a heap of rubbish in the bin the other day. I just got everything and just threw it in the bin. And here comes the rain again. You can hear it going on the tin roof. It's raining again. How long is it going to take for the guttering to start working again? Here it goes. It'll be pouring out in a minute. Are we going to hail again, or are we just going to rain? Maybe just rain. You love the accent, the Australian bush accent. It's a bit annoying, but Australians are a bit... we don't take ourselves too seriously, so we're not too worried about if we sound intellectual or not. Sometimes I can sound intellectual if I'm working, and if I was back in a workplace, I would be sounding very different to how I sound here. Well, more professional. I'd probably sound the same, but I'd use bigger words so that I sounded professional. But other than that, this is how we talk. Bit slow, actually. I used to talk a lot faster. Sometimes I do talk fast. Just depends on what's happening. And if I'm anxious, I talk really fast. I actually feel very non-anxious this afternoon. I'm feeling really good. I think nature is giving me the happiness. Actually, those yucca trees down there, those yucca bushes there, they've finally grown back and come back into good. This is good, because I planted them there ages ago. And the other ones are still dead, half dead. They'll come back. They'll grow back. They look like this when they get big. They're just easy to... You just chop them off and they grow again. You don't have to spend any money. People go and pay for one like that size, and they'll pay $300 or $400 for a yucca plant. I'll see people at the shops buying them, and I'll say, "Oh, no. If you have already got one of these, just cut off. If you haven't, buy this one plant, and then wait till it sprouts more, and then use cuttings, and don't ever pay again for a plant," because the bigger organisations won't tell you that. They want you to spend your money there over and over and over again. When you don't need to, you can just off-cut on these guys. And look how big they get. They get massive. These are really good if you want something sharp that's going to stop somebody from running into your place or anything. They're really sharp, so they'll hit you and they'll push, they'll hurt. If you get poked in the eye by one, it's bad. I got poked a couple of times when I was trying to clip some back down. You see the offshoots down the bottom here. So basically, those little bits there, if I want to make more of these plants, I'll go down the bottom there and I'll take those. And I'll start again. You can see where I've taken one previously and then I've started again. Hang on, it won't show it there. So the base of it, where I've chopped it off, and then there's grown one out the side. So it's given me another one back after I've chopped that one off. And the big main stem, if you get sick of looking at the big main stem or gets too high up, you just chop that one down and then it'll come back again later anyway. You don't have to spend any money. Pretty much all my gardens didn't really cost me much at all. Bugger all, actually. Because I just get stuff that's easy to grow. Like these down here, these little succulents down here. They're really simple to grow. You just break a leaf off and stick it in the ground and off it goes. And they do a great job at covering everything. They grow like crazy. And you don't have to You don't have to spend money for it. Tennessee, I like Tennessee. I used to talk to a lady years ago from Tennessee, and she had an awesome accent. I think I can do the Tennessee accent. I'll try and see if I can. What did she call herself? Oh, her screen name was Miss Dark Eyes. She used to be like, I'm from Tennessee, and I go out and catch roadkill on a daily basis. And I go down there, and I pick it up, and I skin it, and I cook it in my pot. And then I eat it. That's how she used to talk. So I started practicing talking like somebody from where she was. She was from the backwoods of Tennessee. She was an interesting woman. And people used to laugh at her and make fun of her, but I found her to be a very interesting lady, very intelligent actually, bush survivalist. If you were in an apocalypse, you would want to be having her on your team. She's going to find every bit of food and water that you need. Lived her whole life in the bush, out in the hills, the backwoods, she called it. Yeah, that's how you talk. Yeah. I like the southern accents, and I was married for some years to a person from North Carolina. They got a real hillbilly accent when they first were over here. They sound full hillbilly. If they talk to their family, they then go back into the full hillbilly sound. So it is an interesting accent. A lot of Americans don't like the hillbilly accent, but I like it. I think it's far more interesting than the plain Hollywood sound that they have. I do like the Bostonian strange accent that they have in Boston. The Italian-y weird. It's like an Italian mix of something. I don't know what it is, but that's a weird accent. And up in there was a movie Stephen King did called I think it's in Maine or somewhere. Is where they're from. They have the weirdest accent. It's almost New England, Maine or something. It's like almost like Canadian crossed with English, crossed with American, crossed with Australian. It's a weird accent, but it's really interesting to listen to. And some words I cannot understand a word they're saying if they're talking, but I can always understand what a hillbilly is saying. That's not a problem for me. But I can't understand those half New England accents that are just bizarre. Sometimes I'll say words and I'm like, what? Say again, please. What is that? But it's all very interesting to hear different dialects from all around the world. I'm also used to being around, Pacific Islanders and Maori people and stuff, and they have thick accents as well. New Zealanders have a strange accent. They sound a bit like us. But if we say we're going to shop to buy fish and chips, they'll say we're going to shop to buy fush and chops. So they pronounce their I like a ah, which was interesting to find out. Language is amazing. And then I lived in amongst a big population of people that were Arabic for a while there. And that was crazy. Like, they have a very thick accent, the Arabic people. And when they speak English, if they're not real fluent, it's very hard to understand them. It can be really difficult. The Asian accents, I don't have so much trouble understanding an Asian person talking to me. But I do like Japanese and Korean and things like that. I like listening to their accents and how they talk. And China, well, not so much China. I'm kind of a little bit against China at the moment in trade deals with Australia. China's trying to bully us around. They're trying to make us pick either them or the USA, which is a bit problematic for us because China owns 90% of our farming land now, which is terrible. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's fairly accurate if the truth comes out. A lot of empty farms, even where I am. Thousands of acres with empty houses, no one on there, and growing nothing, which is kind of strange, isn't it? But they're owned by Chinese investors, and they won't let the land out to farmers. And I don't know what the deal is with them and the government, but something's going on there. The farmers in Victoria have just been told that they've got to hand their land over whenever anybody from the government decides it wants to go on their land and trespass and take what it wants and put what it wants on there. So they're having a bit of an uproar down there. And the farmers had enough. The Queensland farmers have had enough. New South Wales farmers have had enough. The South Australian farmers are having enough. Western Australia's had it. The only people who don't whinge is the ACT, and that's because you can do anything in the Australian Capital Territory. You can set off fireworks, you can do anything. All the illegal stuff is allowed because that's where Parliament is, see? That's what happens. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Paul. You like Irish and Scottish? Yeah, Irish is a good language, a good sound. Scottish, I get confused between the two of them. I remember only because of the cranberries how to speak in an Irishy language because of the cranberries. But other than that, I don't know many Scottish singers, apart from, what's his name, Scottish? That new fellow, I don't really know what his name is. He sings a good song. He's one of the very few people that are modern that I'll listen to. This time I'm going on, I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? It's easy to say, never the same. I guess I kinda like the rain and all the pain, and now the day bleeds into nightfall. I can't remember how it goes, and I'm not there. Yet you threw it all, you put your guard down. It used to be in Someone You Loved. That's what it's called. I had to sing the whole damn thing to figure it out what it was called. Oh my God. Not very well either. It's going to rain again. Here we go again. It's going to hammer down again. Here we go. Woohoo! Poor Henry. He's getting upset. He's getting annoyed, the poor boy. He might go and stand under the trees and get some relief, I think. I hope he does. He's getting old now. He's in his early 30s, this boy over here. Oh, yeah, Lewis Capaldi. That's the one. It is beautiful here. It is a beautiful view. I'm very lucky I don't live in a concrete jungle. I live in a beautiful, open, spacious place with horses and goats and dogs and cats and chickens and roosters. I'm pretty lucky. Across the road from me there's a lovely view over here. Get a lot of kangaroos over here in this paddock over here and over that side. So I'm pretty lucky. I'm actually extremely lucky. I'm extremely blessed. I got in 10 years ago, I got in here. Started in the housing market probably 15 years ago. That was 16 years ago. Actually, it would have been 17 years ago. I bought a block of land out here, not far from where I'm at, about 2 kilometres away. It was a 2.5 acre lot. And I'd planned I was going to build on it, but it had no water and no power, and tested for a bore and stuff. You couldn't put a bore in, there was nothing underneath. So I went, well, you know, probably not going to be very good to have animals on. So I kept the land. I bought a house in the big town, about an hour away, and bought the cheapest, crappiest house in the worst street. Did that up. Totally did it up. Did all the work ourselves. Didn't pay anyone to come in and do it. Learned how to completely redo an entire house from the bottom up, including reflooring, retiling, putting in a whole new bathroom, scraping down all the wood, repainting, revarnishing, doing pretty much everything, and also setting up gardens and things. So got all that done. And then sold that to my daughter, and then bought this. So So I was really lucky I got in before. It's so hard for people now. It's impossible. Back when I was buying, anybody could get into the housing market if you just had a basic job. Now you've got to have 3 jobs each, and you've got to pay about $1 million for a basic land and property in the city, and that's in a crappy place. These places out here have gone through the roof. There's one down the road, virtually the exact same as mine. It just sold for $995,000, nearly $1 million. It's insane. And it doesn't have water on it. I got water, so mine's worth more because it's got water. But I don't think I would want to, unless I really had to get rid of it, I wouldn't want to sell. I'm hoping I don't have to. But you want to sort of, if you got a little nugget like this place, you want to stay on it. There's gold on there too, so not only do I have water, there's gold as well. And we did find a diamond on here as well, so there's probably a few more other kind of gems and things possibly. I reckon they're all down the back end. I'm going to start, when it gets warmer weather, I'm going to start trying to see if I can see where that diamond was found, see if I can find anything else down there. But there'll definitely be some more gold, that's for sure. It used to all be houses along here during the gold rush back in the 1800s. And this house was built in 1880, around 1880, I think it was 1884. Around 1884. They couldn't tell 100% whether it was 1884 or 1885 or 1883, but somewhere in the middle. It was in 1884. And it's, what year is it now? 2025, so 140 years ago this house was built. But only one small part of the house was actually here in 1880. It was only one room, which had your kitchen, and you just light on the floor. And there was a whole stack of little shacks all the way along here, and there's still concrete from the shacks, like where they've made like a old-fashioned concrete ground floor, and there's also rocks and things where they've put rocks down. So every now and again, if a big flood comes, it might unearth one of them. You might find a few old relics and things here and there from the 1800s, coins and stuff. Lots of nails and bullets and things. One time I found half a rifle. That was weird. I just handed that over. It was kind of half rotten, but I got rid of it. I didn't know what it was. It was like a shotgun thing. I found a heap of bullets buried, like a heap of bullets buried in the ground. I was digging up to make a garden, and there's just like tons of bullets. They had not gone off either. I was lucky I didn't blow myself up. So who knows why they were buried. Someone might have buried a stash of them so no one would steal their bullets back in the day. It's going to settle again now. And see, over here we got blue sky. Oh, hello. Hey, Matt. How you doing? We had a hailstorm earlier. I got stuck in the horse paddock with the hail in between two very cranky girls. Now it's starting to clear up a bit. So I'm glad that it's not too bad. Well, it's 3:15 now. I was about to go inside, have some lunch and have a bit of a rest. I've got to take the dog tomorrow, so I want to get myself in a good mental frame of mind, spend some time with him before he goes and has this operation done. And it's about time everyone's heading home from work. I don't know why. It's pretty early, but they're heading home. I'm going to go and catch up on the rest of the afternoon. Thanks to everyone who had to watch this storm with me. It's pretty cool. If it starts hailing again, I might start another live stream up. But other than that, if it's just going to drizzle like this, I'm not going to worry too much about it today. But I hope everyone's having good weather. And I'll catch everybody later. Thanks so much. And I'll leave you with this view of the blue sky over there. Bye for now.